Yo, what's up everybody? I'm Akeem Lawanson, and in today's Fix of Entertainment news, Neil Druckmann teases a pivotal character coming to season 2 of HBO's The Last of Us, Capcom releases a lighthearted Resident Evil anime trailer, and Chris Pratt does his very best Mario impression. We got the clip, so you can judge to see if he nailed it. Let's drop it. All right, now The Last of Us on HBO has come to an end, but Neil Druckmann and Craig Mazin are hard at work on adapting the sequel of the video game series to live action. Now, the boss man over at Naughty Dog Games teased this image with the caption, quote, "No The Last of Us on HBO tonight, but season 2 is already on its way. Endure and survive." Now, the image in question is of a muscular arm holding a hammer, which gamers will remember was the main antagonist from Part 2, Abby's weapon of choice. So it'd be a safe assumption to say that this must be a picture of Abby's arm, right? Well, the image posted recently by Neil Druckmann was originally posted 5 years ago as one of the Outbreak Day posters Naughty Dog released, which was before the game development company revealed Abby as a character in Part 2. Now, along with that particular image, which we now know to be Abby's arm, we also got a poster of Ellie wielding a pocket knife. Now, these two images signify the two playable characters in Part 2 and the two opposing forces that encompass the Last of Us sequel. Now, I think the main question is, who will play Abby in Season 2? Like, the internet's been speculating that it might be Shannon Barry, who gave a rather Abby-like performance in The Wilds, not to mention she kinda looks like her. And she's also being followed by Neil Druckmann on Instagram, but that could mean a myriad of things. Like, maybe he's just a fan of her work. Who knows? But outside of that, I think we're also wondering, when can we expect season 2 to drop or possibly start filming? Now, we already know Craig Mazin and Neil Druckmann are hard at work currently adapting it and have already confirmed that it'll likely take multiple seasons to adapt Part 2. But as far as filming is concerned, we might have been given a bit of a clue from one of the actors of this series. Now, Bella Ramsey mentioned on the Jonathan Ross show, quote, "It will be a while. I think we'll probably shoot at the end of this year, beginning of next. So it'll probably be at the end of 2024, early 2025. Now, season 1 was filmed in Canada, July 2021 to June 2022. A whole year of production so that the series could benefit from the seasonal changes in weather. So if we're looking at a similar timeline as the previous season, with Mazin and Druckmann still scripting, it's likely we won't see things go into production until either late this year or early 2024. So a 2025 release date for season 2 is more than likely. Now, let's just hope that they shoot seasons 2 and 3 back to back so the wait between each isn't as lengthy. Now, of course, you can count on us here at IGN to keep you posted when more news breaks on The Last of Us on HBO. Now, in other news, with the release of Resident Evil 4 Remake coming soon, Capcom had the brilliant idea of releasing this RE4 anime trailer that's the exact opposite of what you'd expect from the survival horror series. Take a look.
Ashley どこにいるんだろう。あの人に聞いてみよう。こんにちは。アシュリーを知りませんか？
ペロペロソース。
すみません。
ありえんな。
あの
ー。がも
う。
キムリアルテロですか。
うれしい。
ペラペラソース。
泣けるよ。
Now, you got a happy chainsaw man, happy villagers, Leon looking all too happy in his search for Ashley, and rainbows coming out of Mr. Kennedy's head when one of the villagers split it open. The minute-long anime short is a promotion for the game, but if you ask me, it's kind of false advertising, unless there's a DLC that turns the blood into rainbows Capcom is cooking up. Anyway, the Nippon Animation collab is pretty cool and definitely worth checking out if you want to see the survival horror series in a new light. And finally, we got Chris Pratt talking about and talking like Mario in his appearance on BBC One alongside co-star Charlie Day. Now, he breaks down the direction he decided to take with his depiction of Mario. Take a look.
There are only a handful of things we've ever really heard Mario say. It's like, whoa, and
yeah.
like, you know.
You did that really well.
Those types of things,
right?
you know, it's a me, let's go, these types of things. So we were trying to find a way to put that into the movie but in a way that would be congruent with a storyline of these working class American
Yeah, you
guys
can't
from
say
Brooklyn.
it's a me for
can't-
90 minutes, because 10 minutes in, we know it's you.
Yeah.
And no, Paris Hilton is not in the Mario movie. Thank the gods in heaven. She's just sitting there on the couch for some strange reason. I have no clue. Anyway, a very good explanation from Chris. We've only heard Mario say, a few things in that high-pitched voice, so it makes sense for him to take some creative liberties with adapting it on screen. But what did y'all think of his impression of Mario? It's obviously not too hard to replicate the exact Mario voice. Mamma mia! I just did it, see? It's pretty easy. But anyways, let us know your thoughts down below. And that was your fix of entertainment news for today. I'm Kim Lewanson, and thank you so much for watching. Now that you're caught up on today's news, please check out our previous episode. Download the IGN app on all your devices, and for everything else, stick with IGN.